Hello and welcome to this lesson. Let me ask you a question. Do you have grey hair? Well, I'll let you into a secret. My hair is turning grey. Very slowly, but I've got a few grey hairs. Why am I asking you this question? Well, today we have a short story about grey hair. We're going to read the story and we're going to analyze it and focus on 4 key areas of English so that you can improve in each area. Let's dive straight into the story first. So for now, I just want you to read and listen to the story. Don't worry about understanding the words or the grammar just yet. Try and understand the whole story, the main gist. So let's start. An inquisitive young boy asked his mother, "Mummy, why is your hair turning grey?" The mother wanted to use this opportunity to teach her child. She said, "It's all because of you, dear. Every time you do something bad, one of my hairs turns grey, so you had better behave from now on." The child started to wonder and said, "Now I know why grandmother has only grey hairs on her head." So, it's a funny story. I hope you understood it. It's basically trying to say that because the boy's mother has some grey hairs and the boy is sometimes not so good, the fact that the grandmother has 100% grey hair means the mother is a very bad daughter, okay? So maybe you noticed in the story that you just listened to and read some highlighted words. Well, we're going to study these areas. There are 4 key areas we're going to look at. We're going to focus on grammar, vocabulary, an expression, and an aspect of pronunciation. First of all, let's look at a grammar structure that appeared in the story. Had better. So the boy's mum said, "You had better listen carefully." What does this mean? Well, had better simply means you should do something. It's very, very similar to should, but it's a stronger form of should. Okay, it's saying it's not quite must, but you should do this very, very strongly. If you don't do this, there could be some problem or danger. So it's a very strong form of should. So had better is the structure. For example, you had better bring an umbrella because it might rain today. So I'm giving you some advice. I strongly advise you to bring an umbrella because it might rain today. Or you can say, we'd better sleep now. We have to work early in the morning. Okay, so had better. Now let's move on to the vocabulary section, the vocabulary focus. Inquisitive. This is a nice word. Inquisitive means that you're interested in learning things or you're very curious about things. Now, you can describe people as inquisitive. It's a very positive meaning. Usually, it's quite positive. Children are very inquisitive by nature. Einstein said that a genius is simply an inquisitive person, someone who likes to find out new things and asks questions. So inquisitive is a very useful word for describing people. Now let's look at the expression, the focus area of an expression. To turn grey. What does this mean? Well, to turn grey simply means to change color and become grey. Now, usually we mean hair color. We don't mean a person's skin or physical makeup. Usually we mean hair color for gray. But we can say, the girl turned red because she was so embarrassed. This means her face went completely red. Or we have another expression in English which we use when we're scared. We say to turn white. So I turned white when I saw the ghost. So the expression is to turn plus a color, usually some kind of color. Or the Incredible Hulk turns green. Now let's look at the last focus area. This is a pronunciation point. Now, this is very important to sound fluent in English. The pronunciation is for the word to. Now, did you hear how I said the word to? This is not how we naturally say it when we speak in English. We don't say to for the word to. We very rarely pronounce it to. The number two is pronounced to, but to is pronounced t. Okay, can you hear that? You can listen again. T. So we say, for example, I went to the shop to buy some chocolate. Can you hear that? I went to the shop to buy some chocolate. We don't say, I went to the shop to buy some chocolate. This sounds very unnatural. So use the pronunciation t when you talk about things like go to the shop, or when you use an infinitive in English, to buy or to eat. We don't say to eat. We say to eat. Okay, it's a very short vowel sound for the t. But listen to this. Listen to the contrast for the number two. So I can say, my hair is starting to turn grey. In 2 years, I'll be totally grey. So listen to the number two. It's longer and it's fully pronounced, as opposed to to, t. So that's a very important point I want you to get from this lesson. Now, this is a key part. We're going to go back to the story and we're going to read again and think about what we just learned together. Had better, inquisitive, to turn grey, and the pronunciation t. Listen again. Let's read the story once more. An inquisitive young boy asked his mother, "Mummy, why is your hair turning grey?" The mother wanted to use this opportunity to teach her child. She said, "It's all because of you, dear. Every time you do something bad, one of my hairs turns grey. So you had better behave from now on." The child started to wonder and said, "Now I know why grandmother has only grey hairs on her head." So I hope you picked up a lot more the second time. Okay? The meanings, the grammar, the expression, and the pronunciation. I hope you picked up a lot more. So this is a great way to learn English because these short stories are engaging, they're interesting, and they're fun as well. But there's so much to learn within the story as well. There's grammar, expressions, vocabulary, pronunciation, idioms. There's so much in such a short story. So it's fantastic. Now, what should you do next? I have a special free download. What I want you to do now is download the free MP3 and PDF from the description box below. You can listen to me tell the story again on the MP3. You can listen on your phone, on your laptop, wherever you are, no problem. And listen to me read the story, and you should also read the PDF as much as you can. Do this many, many times to learn the focus areas deeply. And repeat the story after me as you listen to the MP3. This will help you achieve fluency in the 4 focus areas. So thanks very much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button and make sure you leave a comment. Okay, leave a comment below. Practice using the words and the expressions and the grammar that you learned in this lesson in your comments section below. And one more thing is, why not, as a comment, answer one of these questions. So answer a question from here. What are some advantages of being curious or inquisitive? What are some advantages? Do you think turning grey is a sign of old age, or does it show experience? What do you think about the boy in the story? Was he funny, or was he rude to say that to his mum? So answer one of these questions as a comment, and you can practice using the things you learned in your comment. So thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.